my loves, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title, we are doing a travel vlog. I'm flying with Air France in their La Premiere cabin. This is not my first time flying La Premiere, but it has been a while, so I wanted to document this and show you guys what it's like. Also, I apologize for no actual talking videos. It was so hectic and it was very late and I didn't want to disturb anyone around me. Also, I was trying very hard to get content for both TikTok and YouTube, so I hope you guys enjoy the clips. It was very late at night. I think it was like 12 p.m. and I didn't want to disturb my neighbors next to me. If you guys do not know, La Premiere's cabin is very intimate. There are 2 seats on the window side and 2 in the middle, so there's a total of 4 seats. Very intimate, so I didn't want to talk their heads off. It was also a very late flight. It was very hectic for me to get here. My Uber driver missed my exit twice. My passport wasn't scanning at the gate, and not at the gate, but through TSA. And then I only got to enjoy the lounge for 2 minutes. That's why I wasn't really able to record. I was cutting it very, very close, but I'm just thankful to God that I am on the plane. And this is what it looks like. Unfortunately, these aren't the new planes that they had going from New York to Paris. So I definitely need to try that experience again. Now it was time for dinner and my air hostess was so lovely. I brought food with me because I just know that the food on the plane, I rarely am able to eat. I'll always bring a snack or eat before, but I just knew I wouldn't have time to properly eat. I'm so glad that I was able to get food. I got one of my favorite restaurants, Brooklyn Chop House. If you guys did not know, it is located in Times Square. They actually have 2 locations, but I like their Times Square location because it has my favorite food ever, short ribs. So I got short rib lo mein with fried rice on the side, and it was just spectacular. I'm so grateful that they were able to heat it up, and this is where Air France service comes 10 out of 10. So if you guys have allergies or flying, try this out. I'm also trying to lip sync or say something, but they can't hear me because it was very quiet, but I think I was just showing you guys my food and what I got and how they were able to heat it up. I also was able to get the xoxo pajamas because that's something that people were talking about. Now, would I say the xoxo pajamas are the quality or par of xoxo? I don't know. Maybe because they have to mass produce it for, well, I don't even want to say mass produce it because it's only for first class seats. Seats. However, there are multiple first class flights every single day. So I don't know. I feel like the quality could have been a little bit better. It felt cheap and thin, but I don't know. Maybe that was my opinion and experience. I also did get a small size, so I needed to get one size larger. And when I did get the larger size on the way back, it was, slightly better, but I feel like they could do a little bit better. Now, this is where the flight gets a little bit bumpy. There was a lot of turbulence, and you guys will probably see my face and my reaction to the turbulence. It was a little bit hectic. I was trying to pour my Sprite and I was like, what is going on with this turbulence? And then I'm watching one of my favorite movies, White Chicks. I feel like it's such a classic, good movie. It's funny. There's so many cultural references that are still applied to this day. And it's just a classic movie. There is Wi-Fi on the plane. However, I like to take matters into my own hands and download movies or shows, whatever I think I might like. I didn't even get to fully watch this because this flight was so short. I think it was roughly 5 hours. Very, very fast. And I also was vlogging on my other camera, the Sony, and I don't know why I was trying to even record because you guys can't hear me, but I think I mentioned something about me being on Air France's La Premiere cabin on the way to Paris for Paris Fashion Week, and showing you guys around. It did get a little bit tight because I do have a lot of stuff. Now I started my skincare. I was done getting content and wanted to just get some rest and relaxation and also just hydrate my skin and prep it so that when I land, I don't look like what I've been going through. So I took a makeup wipe and just wiped my face. I also used some micellar water. And one thing I love about the first class cabins is they have this shade. I feel like doing your skincare on any other commercial national flight in the US is so nerve-wracking because there are people next to you and people are looking at you crazy. But here I was able to do it in the comfort and privacy of my own little suite, which I really like. So no one was watching me, no one was judging me, but this was also chaotic as well. I was trying to remove my makeup, put on my face mask. My face mask also ripped throughout the way. It was very hectic. However, I do want to see which one is better in terms of like privacy wise. I think that Emirates has a door, whereas Air France has their curtain, and I'm not sure which one I like. However, I think the Air France cabin tries to emulate the look and feel maybe of flying private, and that's what I like. If you've ever flown private or seen pictures or videos, you'll know that a lot of times when you're seated, there's multiple windows. So I like that feel. However, I do wish I was on the newer flight. And also the service when it comes to Air France's La Premiere price, I think it really applies when you're outside of the plane. Obviously inside the plane, it's 10 out of 10 service, but really when you get outside of the plane, that's when I think the magic happens. After finishing my skincare, I decided to get some sleep because I only had 3 hours left in this flight and I was severely tired and jet lagged. So the air hostess came and made my bed. That's also one thing I love about flying first class is that they make your bed. I'm not sure if they do in business class. I can't quite remember. I was also slightly sad that I wasn't able to fully indulge in the sleeping experience, but I definitely will be running this trip back and give you guys the full details of what it's like, the lounge, etc. But now it's time for me to sleep because I only have 3 hours before we land. Experience once you land is impeccable. You're picked up by a personal chauffeur in a Porsche and taken through customs. You don't even have to leave your car. They grab your passport and your ticket for you and you stay in the car, which is incredible. I've never seen anything like this. Then they take you directly to the lounge and they take all your bags. You don't have to lift up a finger. My driver was also waiting outside and they put all of my bags in the car. This is a 10 out of 10 experience and I can't wait to fly La Premiere again. Just landed. I wasn't able to talk much. I hope I got good content. I'm sorry guys, like I was struggling. I only got 3 hours of sleep. That flight was like 6 hours, I think, or like 5. And I spent 2 hours getting content. So I was trying to film some stuff. So hopefully the content came out good. I'm not quite sure. Love the mask. My mask ripped in the plane and I don't know if that looked cute or not. But did the mask, woke up, was like, okay. But this was my first time that I can recall La Premiere, and it's honestly amazing. Like the service, you don't have to touch anything while you're back, but they bring everything for you. They bring your bags, luggage, the lounge. It's amazing. So now I'm in the car. I'm headed to my mom's store, and then we're probably gonna go shopping. I kind of want to go home first and like freshen up before we go shopping, but if not, hey, we hit the ground running. I'm fine by that. So yeah, I don't know what I want to get yet, so we'll just browse around the stores and see what's there. I know I want to go to Loewe. I love Loewe's ready to wear. I think their pants, their sweaters is really great quality. I also want to go to YSL, Chanel, Hermes, all the stores. I'm trying to think any other stores I want to go to. I might go to Rimowa and get a new luggage because my third suitcase is a cooler and I just have a bunch of stuff, so not the cutest, but yeah, I'm just very excited to be here. I don't know if I mentioned this, but every time I come here, it's either like the summer or winter time, and it's usually with my siblings, so it's like a lot, and I feel like this is the first time I've experienced Paris like on a calmer level, which is very nice. So just wanted to update you guys on what's been going on. I will probably put some voiceover clips or voiceover audio on the clips that you saw me in the plane, but time to go.